Benefits of making mistakes, a motivational guide. Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today, we're going to talk about something that most of us are afraid of, mistakes. Yes, you heard that right, mistakes are actually a good thing, and in this video, we're going to discuss the benefits of making mistakes. Let me tell you a story. A young girl named Anna had always been a perfectionist. She had set high standards for herself and was always afraid of making mistakes. One day, while giving a presentation in front of her class, she stumbled over her words and couldn't finish the presentation. She was mortified, but her teacher told her something that changed her perspective. She said, "Mistakes are proof that you're trying." Anna realized that making mistakes is a natural part of learning and growing, and since then, she has become less afraid of making mistakes. Making mistakes can be uncomfortable, embarrassing, and even frustrating, but it's a necessary step in the learning process. When we make mistakes, it means we're taking risks, trying new things, and pushing ourselves out of our comfort zones. Every mistake we make is an opportunity to learn and grow. Without mistakes, we wouldn't be able to develop new skills, gain knowledge or experience. Here's a story about a man named John. John had always lived a life of crime and had been in and out of jail for years. After his last arrest, he was sentenced to 5 years in prison. At first, John was angry and resentful, but as time went by, he began to reflect on his life and the mistakes he had made. He took advantage of the educational programs and vocational training offered in prison and started to learn new skills. After serving his sentence, John was a changed man. He had turned his life around and was able to find a job and provide for his family. Going to jail was the wake-up call he needed to turn his life around. While going to jail is not something that anyone wants to experience, it can be a turning point for some. Being in jail can provide an opportunity to reflect on past mistakes and to learn new skills. Here's another story for you. A man named Tom had always been an athlete. He was used to winning, and losing was not an option for him. One day, while playing a game of basketball, he missed a crucial shot that cost his team the game. He was disappointed and felt like he had let his team down. However, his coach told him that it was okay to make mistakes and that he should learn from them. Tom realized that he had been so focused on winning that he had forgotten about the journey. Making mistakes also teaches us important life lessons. It teaches us humility, resilience, and perseverance. When we make mistakes, we learn how to bounce back, try again, and keep going. It also allows us to become more empathetic and understanding towards others who are going through similar experiences. It helps us to develop our emotional intelligence and become better human beings. Lastly, here's an inspiring story of a person named Sarah. Sarah grew up in a rough neighborhood and fell in with the wrong crowd. Her friends encouraged her to try drugs, and before she knew it, she was hooked. Sarah's life spiraled out of control as she became more and more dependent on drugs. She lost her job, her friends, and her family, and found herself alone and hopeless. One day, she was caught with drugs and was also sentenced to jail. While in jail, Sarah had time to reflect on her life and the mistakes she had made. She realized that drugs had taken everything from her and that she needed to turn her life around. Sarah decided to take advantage of the programs offered in jail to get clean and learn new skills. After serving her sentence, Sarah was determined to stay clean and help others who were struggling with addiction. Sarah started attending support groups and began volunteering at a local rehab center. She found that helping others was a way for her to stay on track with her own sobriety. Eventually, Sarah decided to open her own help center for people struggling with addiction. She wanted to provide a safe and supportive environment where people could get the help they needed to overcome their addiction. Through her help center, Sarah has helped countless people turn their lives around. She knows what it's like to struggle with addiction and the consequences of making bad choices. Sarah's story is an inspiring example of how someone can use their own struggles to help others. Sarah's story shows that even the darkest moments can lead to a brighter future and that we can learn from our mistakes and use them to make a positive impact in the world. So, there you have it, the benefits of making mistakes. It's important to remember that mistakes are a natural part of the learning process, and without them, we wouldn't be able to grow and develop. It's okay to make mistakes, and in fact, it's essential for our personal and professional growth. I hope this video has encouraged you to embrace your mistakes and learn from them. Making mistakes can also help us to build our self-confidence. When we make mistakes, we learn that it's okay to fail and that we can still pick ourselves up and keep going. It allows us to build our resilience and self-awareness. By learning from our mistakes, we can become more confident in our abilities and take on new challenges without fear. You can also learn from other people's mistakes. Learning from other people's mistakes can save us a lot of time, effort, and pain. When we observe the experiences of others, we can gain insight into what works and what doesn't. By paying attention to the mistakes and failures of others, we can avoid making the same errors ourselves. We can also learn strategies and tactics that have been successful for others and adapt them to our own situations. Additionally, studying the mistakes of others can help us develop empathy and understanding for those who have struggled or failed. By learning from other people's mistakes, we can improve our decision-making and increase our chances of success. If you find this video of value, please like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment. Thanks for watching Brain 4 Thoughts, and remember, your new mind starts here.